It was expected that the Court of Appeal would rule today on the state's partial appeal of the High Court's house-to-house ruling. Instead, Attorney General Basil Williams informed the court that he had suddenly discovered a piece of legislation which speaks to inserting residency into the Constitution. This piece of legislation, Constitution Amendment No. 4, Act of 1991, was part of the constitutional reform process prior to the 1992 elections. Williams argued before Chancellor Yonette Cummins Edwards and Justices Don Gregory and Rishi Prasad that the court should consider the act as applicable. However, the Chancellor questioned whether the act was valid considering the 29-year interval. Former AG Anil Nandalal, who appeared for the first-name respondent Christopher Ram, argued that this Resurrected Act should not be considered as it was not included into the Constitution in the first place. Casting doubt on whether it was even a lawful document, Nandalal requested time to peruse it. A similar request was made by the other parties despite some protests from the AG. The court granted all sides until Monday to make written submissions and Wednesday to respond. They are to return for a hearing on Thursday, February the 6th at 10:30 hours. After the hearing, Nandalal said the act was irrelevant to current elections but rather pertained to electoral reforms made in 1991 for elections the next year.
A whole host of legislation were passed to give effect to the changes which were made, but they were all changes that were exigent to the situation at the time, and they do not relate to elections thereafter, or they were not made permanently as part of the law. But those other aspects of the legislation were never kept. They were like sunset legislation that fell away after that eventuality, which was the 92 elections, which they were designed to facilitate, came and gone. So it's quite unfortunate that at this late hour, the Attorney General has come up with this what I call a time-wasting exercise. More importantly, we have elections on March the 2nd. I don't understand what we are doing here. I really don't understand what we are doing here.
Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.